Welcome back, friends. Remember I told you that I would be back. Last time, what we did was we took some napkins and just some paper, and we just started to play in order to kind of get our mojo back, to get our creative juices flowing. Did it work for you? Well, it kind of worked for me. A little bit. I think what's happening is because on my brain, I know that I have this event to do. I'm a little discombobulated with that. So I thought we're just going to come back now and play with what we made. But first, our verse of the day. It's actually the back of the card from our last video, which I will link that last video in the description box below for you in case you didn't see it. So, it's not a verse. It says, what makes you able to boldly approach the Lord God? Is it, it's your robe of righteousness, paid for by the suffering and death of your Savior. So, I guess now what we're learning together is one side has a Bible verse and one does not. So, Hebrews 4:16 was our Bible verse. Let us therefore come boldly unto the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy and find grace in help in time of need. All right, well, learn something new. I just assumed that was another Bible verse. But now we know for next time. So we're going to set that over to the side. So the coolest thing happened. I don't know who did it, but I got an anonymous little envelope, and it had these 4 things in it. Like, how cool is that? There's 4 of them. I was so excited. So thank you, whoever sent this. You know who you are. None of the rest of us do. So on this card here, oh, yes, I do have my coffee. It's early here. On this one, we had a bunch of blank space, so we just came around with a red dauber and ink. And on the back was green. And I thought maybe we could do a little more to this. Now, I will tell you, I don't have a lot of Christmas stamps. I've got a few, I think 3 sets. That's it. But one of them, let me show you in case you want to know. It's by Stampers Anonymous and Tim Holtz. It's Tiny Text Christmas, CMS 424. And I went ahead out of that, and I chose a little special delivery. And I thought that might be fun on the front there. But we will definitely need a little acrylic stamping block. And let's see. I'll just get that to stick there. But what color do we do? Do we just go ahead and do black? I have some permanent black ink here. And we'll just dab it on there, make sure there's some there. Yep. And right under that line. Hopefully I get it straight. There we go. Special delivery. So that just adds a little bit of something to that. Now on the inside, it's kind of plain. I'm not saying I want to do a lot with it, but I do have, this is the other stamp set I have. Again, Stampers Anonymous and Tim Holtz collection. Winter Woodlands, CMS 476. And this missing stamp right here, it is actually this. Christmas trees, deliver in due season, December. So I thought we could maybe put that in here. And remember, this was just a piece of scrap paper that we glued some napkin to the front. There we go. It's a little crooked, but it's okay. Now, I'm thinking it does need, a little inking around the edges. All right, we got some red around the edge, but I'm thinking let's use this December 24th out of the stamped words set. And let's just do down here. There we go. And that, I think, is good enough and cute. So we're going to set that over to the side as done. Now the next one that I had worked on and I started it talking to you about it was this tag. Blank on one side, and this is what we had done to this front. But I did find this little stamp Jingle All the Way. I put it on our stamping block, but I don't want to use that yet. We had found this little green ribbon, and I had been thinking maybe we glue it right there. There we go, and we'll cut the edges off here in a minute. Down here or up here? Up here. Well, a wet baby wipe, will that take some of that off? No. So we're just stuck with that weird spot. I mean, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Let's go ahead and trim this off. If you don't like that, I'm sorry. It happens. What could you do with that? Well, give me just a sec. I have an idea. But if we put this in, I can't remember which way to do it, but if we put it in the front and then add these in here and pull. Yep, that's the right way. Okay, so go in from the front. And then I'll go ahead and cut those ends off. Now, I heard somebody once, I don't know who, say that when you use ribbon, to keep it from getting nasty, take a lighter and just melt the edges just a little bit. Did you ever hear that? I mean, we might try that, but I'm not sure. Okay, so this is what we have. But maybe what we ought to do is take some of this green ink, get some water, and then this paintbrush, and maybe purposely make some marks. Like that. And ooh, let's just do them lightly everywhere else as well. There. Now you can't tell that we made a mistake. What do you think? I do have a jar of water sitting next to me, just in case I use glue, paint with the paintbrush. So I think that is cute, but to me the back is very boring. So since we have a red tag, I'm thinking let's use some red and whoops, and just go around the edges. There. It just gives it a little pizzazz. So now we have that done. Yay, 2 things done. Then we did a tag with the flower. Now, I did off camera go and trim the stuff off the edges. This one has that napkin stuck over the hole. So I'm just going to stick the scissors in there and call it good. I do want to go around the edges, and I think I want to try forest moss. Now, do we want some sort of word or something on here? Ooh, how about merry and bright? Yeah, we'll do merry and bright down here. And again, I got that weird black on there. Darn it. Any suggestions, guys, on how to not do that? I'm thinking let's grab this red dauber and gently just go around that. And I think that is enough. And then we need some sort of lace or something sticking out. I have silver. Oh, I have an idea. Let's put This isn't silver, it's gold. Oh my gosh. Dawn, you have coffee for a reason. Okay. Let's put some gold in there. And then let's grab some gold paint, gold, what am I using here? That's what it is. I think I got it off Amazon, but you could use a gold acrylic paint. And then the paintbrush I want to use is this. But we got to get this wet. Make a puddle. And then let's add some gold flicks. Yeah, see, it doesn't have to be a lot. Oh, I love that. And of course, now it has to dry, but look. So cute and so simple, you know? So we did have a couple more, let's see, identical. And I think since that worked, I'm going to do the same thing to these. So since you already saw that, I'm going to set those aside for later. But then we have Santa. And we do have a couple of those. We have a couple with the Christmas tree. And we've got the bird. And then we have this fun tag, and it does already say Noel. Now I can say we need to do like that. Oh, look, same thing here. And this one does not have anything, so we don't have to worry. Let's start with these trees. Put those guys aside. I want to try something. I have this Salty Ocean Distress ink by Tim Holtz, and I've never used it, so I don't really know the color. So let's take this and go around the edge of this one. And let's go ahead and do that one in blue as well. Do you get snow where you live? And if you do you get a lot or just a little bit? Or are you one you pray and pray and pray for snow, and then if you get some, you're very lucky, and it might only be an inch. I love when you get snow, and then all of a sudden the sky is blue, the sun is out, and it's this quiet, peaceful beauty. Oh, I love it. Maybe you're one that is not a fan of snow. Let me know in the comments. To snow or not to snow? Do you want to build a snowman? Or do you want to go to Hawaii where it's nice and warm? Don't get me wrong. I do like a little bit of both. But I do love the cold winter and a warm fire and warm cocoa and coffee and snow, building snowmen. Okay, Dawn, that's enough. So on this one, I am going to just take some of this white lace, and I'm just going to cut a little off, and then I'm going to grab my stapler, and I'm going to fold this kind of sideways. So I hold it like this, and instead of coming straight up, I come to the side like that. And then I'm going to place that here and come in and give it a couple of staples for now. Now, if you don't like the look of staples, you could put something over this, but for me, staples give it a little bit of character, a little texture and dimension. Now for this one, I happen to have, this is the only blue anything that I've got that is like lace or anything like that. It is a ribbon, and I am thinking I kind of want to do that. So we'll cut this off. And is that too thick? Let's try it. Okay, and then they're not the same size, so I'm just going to trim some off of that. There we go. Now, do we need, see down here it says Christmas, We got to do something with that. Why not find a scrap piece of paper? Let's see. I got some of this. We got to find another saying. Ooh, I wonder if there's let it snow. There is. Let it snow. Yes. Now, what I want to do is rip one of these out. That'll work. And now I'm thinking going around this with, do we do blue or green? Probably green, huh? And then we'll just glue it down. Cover that up. Yay, there we go. We have another one done. On this, I don't want to use that tiny let it snow because I want something a little bigger, you know? Oh, walking in a winter wonderland. We got to see if it's too big. No, it's not. Let's use that. Now, do we do walking in a winter wonderland down here or up here? Oh no, what should I do? Up here? But I kind of like it. Let's do down here. Okay. Push. Oh, yeah. It's a little crooked. Well, maybe it's not. There we go. See, plain and simple. How fun. Okay, so one of the other stamps I have that is Christmassy, this, I know it's a Tim Holtz stamp, but I can't tell you any other information because it was given to me. But I thought, let's try this on something. We did do some of these pages where we got some napkins on the front and back. I'll just show you some of them. I'm too close. Oh, see, I probably should do something back here. We could always cover that up with a pocket or something. And so I literally just glued napkins down because I thought we could come back in here and do something with it. Like this one's a good one. So if you look at the front here, the napkin kind of missed that edge, but we could do something as simple as grab some of this red and there we go. Maybe we'll give it a little across the top too. And then we could just put something here at the top, a Merry Christmas. But for now, let's move to the back because I had an idea. I want to take this stamp and stamp on here. So I'm just gonna pat this all over. Open this up. And, oh, well, that's where it's going to go because that's where it landed. So we'll just push down. I thought these stamps were supposed to stick to the block. Can I ask you guys a question? What do you do when your stamps no longer stick to your acrylic block? Okay, that works. But I do think it also needs a little bit of red around the edges. Now, I need to be careful because that ink is wet. It's going to take it a little bit to dry, but when it does dry, it dries permanent. So I'm going to set this aside to dry. And now, the other thing I did was I grabbed some deli bags, and I figured I will probably glue them to a page so one side can stay blank. And then I just glued napkins onto the other side. And I kind of thought this one is cool just the way it is. And so I will leave it, other than I thought maybe giving the edges a little blue would be fun, because there is some blue in that photo. Now you could use green, red, black, or you don't even have to do anything. Cute. So that one is good to go. And then I think I'll do blue on this one as well. And I think that one's good to go. Who knows, maybe later I'll put, a stamp there in. I don't know if this will work. Let's go ahead and just try it. Let's try special delivery in blue. I don't know. It is a, whoops. It is a permanent ink, so it should stay. But I do want to let it dry. So we'll set that off to the side. Now, with this one, we need a thumb notch, I think. And I'm just going to put it down in there a little ways. And then for this one, I'm going to go ahead and at the back, just give it a little red. There. Yeah, I like that. So I'm going to call that one good. But this one here, you know, I don't like the looks of this up top. So we could actually just cut that straight across. Well, we could try and make it straight. You never know with me. That's pretty good, but then we do want a little thumb hole or a thumb notch, but I don't want to get Santa's head chopped off, so it's going to have to be real small. I think that's good enough. Now, maybe we give it a little red. And see, we're just giving these things a little bit of a simple touch. There's nothing major, you know? And I actually was thinking, for some of these tags, I don't have a lot of red and green stuff. So, you know, if you are like me and you don't, why don't you just grab, I'm looking over here next to me. Would that be big enough? Okay, so like, we're going to call this done, by the way. Get it out of the way. So what we could do is take some red ink and you just, get it down on your surface like this. Get it wet. And then it's permanent ink. If you don't want to put your fingers in permanent ink, then you're going to need some gloves. And I'm going to wipe it off on here. And I'm going to drag this through this red. This is a way to make colored lace. Now, if you don't have any red, because I didn't till somebody sent it to me, you could use black, green, brown, any color. I mean, you know, look at this. Brown would be fine. But the other thing is, if you go to the grocery store and buy those little, they're about like this big, and they are an envelope of Kool-Aid. You know, the kind where you have to add the sugar to it? Just dump that into a small spray bottle of water, shake it up, and you now have red spray. But those Kool-Aid packets are like 30 to 60 cents. So this here, what I'm going to do is once this dries, I will probably fold it and staple it to the top. Wouldn't that be cute? So this does have to dry. I'm going to set it over to the side. Before we go our way today and call this a Mojo Revival success, let's try this lighter thing where we burn the edges of the ribbon to make sure it doesn't fray. So I'm just gently doing a little bit. And, you know, I think that will actually work. What it's doing is slightly melting it. Now we do have already a little bit of fray here, and so it will burn that. Oh, it's smoking a little bit, so it may stink. We don't want to burn the house down. Don't burn the house down, Dawn. I'd say this works. I would also say, be careful. Maybe do it outside instead of in the house like me. Yeah, I think that really will prevent it from fraying. Yay! Success! All right, well, here we are in October, doing little things to get ready for Christmas already. Sorry about that, but you know, I got those napkins. I looked at them and I thought I wanted to do something, and my mojo was gone. But I think it's back. After spending some time with you doing this, I actually am feeling like this very simple project was a success. What do you think? Are you going to try this? How's your mojo today, by the way? I'm hoping that if it was lacking in any way, this actually helps you. So, until later, I actually think maybe tomorrow, yeah, tomorrow, let's come back and let's real quick work on our Scrappy 8 challenge prompt of the month. I believe it is called Textile Fusion. See you tomorrow, guys. Bye.